everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now this is my first time doing a tutorial of any kind, so bear with me as I try to work out the kinks because I don't know what I'm doing. Today I'm going to show you a mob farm that can be built in both Bedrock and Java. Guaranteed works in both. I absolutely love this design. I'm on Windows right now and it looks so well. I absolutely love this design. To start out, to make sure you have enough space regardless of what design you do, this farm is 124 blocks tall fully including the AFK platform, but it's 68 blocks tall just up to the redstone level. And then this farm's also 37 by 37 blocks wide. Now there are a few different killing methods we can use for this. The one I personally like the most, because I like watching the mobs fall and die, is a 30 block drop. Now this method will kill most if not all mobs, however the only caveat is that every so often you'll get spiders, baby zombies, skeletons, and zombies. Spiders are the most common just because they like to climb up and down instead of just dying like they should. Baby zombies are probably the next most common, as baby zombies can ride skeletons and chickens. Skeletons and zombies can wield boots and that will prevent them from dying. Which is why I have this little window here so I can quickly go in and kill them. The next method is a 22 block drop onto hoppers and carpets. This method is good for mostly collecting XP and for collecting more loot, as you can use a looting sword to get a few extra items, as well as bows and armor from skeletons and zombies. The carpets are here strictly to prevent XP from going into the hoppers. The hoppers do not collect XP, they mostly just catch it and prevent it from coming at you, which is why the carpets are here. And the next method, which is the method I hate the most because I find it super annoying, but that's me, is using campfires on top of the hoppers. I personally just don't like it because, one, you can't kill witches this way. Witches will take health potions and fire resistant potions. And then the smoke. I hate the smoke. But for this method they only need to fall a few blocks and then they start taking damage on the campfires. Now you can use regular campfires for this, just apparently soul campfires work better, but I'm not too sure about that, so it's really up to you what you want to do. I would also recommend them falling 3 blocks and then onto the campfire, so campfire 1, 2, 3. Another quick thing that I want to mention is a method up and down. I personally really like this method. It can go all the way up to the platform to turn on and off the farm, as well as the AFK platform. And then you have a little pool here to fall onto if you don't have an Electra. Yeah. Now the AFK platform is very to your liking and what you want. I prefer to keep a bed and a crafting table up here. I like to surround it with glass and make it a little bit nice and kind of like a miniature home, just because I tend to spend a lot of time AFKing up here. Now this is my AFK platform, nothing fancy. I have a lightning rod just because why not? The only thing that is necessary if you're going to have a AFK platform is that you do need one block that is 60 blocks above this highest platform, which for me is this crafting table, which makes it easy to remember and I can stand on, and it's different than everything else around it. Now with all this in mind, let's get into some building. Now this is custom to me, so once you have a copy you can do whatever you want with it, but here is the materials list. I have raw materials, the true materials you will need. I like having a little checklist, but that's just a me thing. The drops, just in case you want a auto sorter, and then of course the credit in case you have any other questions that I can't answer for you. For the raw materials, you need a stack and 46 of iron, a stack and 22 of planks, wood planks, 2 stacks and 10 of cobble, 9 stone, 57 dust, 44 sticks, 30 string, 12 quartz, 2 slime balls, 60 glass, and 25.5 stacks of your block of choice. Now that can be any block, that can be stone, that can be cobble, that can be black stone. Now I have the block of choice as a different thing than the 2.10 cobble, because the cobble and the stone is being used to make these materials, while the block of choice is being used to actually build the spawning platforms and such. Now all the raw materials will be making the materials, which is 10 hopples, 60 glass, 1632 blocks, 10 observers, 10 dispensers, 2 sticky piston, 2 redstone dust, 1 redstone block, 1 repeater, and 1 comparator. The drops you will receive from this farm include gunpowder, bones, arrows, string, flesh, redstone, glowstone, sugar, spider eyes, bottles, sticks, and glow squid ink. And then the original builders of this farm that I copied and kind of converted into a more 1.19 friendly farm was from Game McCoy and Nimbomb. Nimbomb was the original creator who made this in 1.12, and his farm still holds up today in Java. However, Game McCoy made a Bedrock version, and after doing some testing I found that Game McCoy's version works in both Bedrock and Java. Game McCoy's version also has the campfire method, while Nimbomb's has the drop method. And Nimbomb also goes over spawning mechanics and how to prevent spiders from spawning, how to prevent everything except creepers from spawning if you only want gunpowder, and so on. So I'll have both these videos linked down in the description below as well. To start, I do want to mention you do not have to put glass around the hoppers or any block for that matter. That's just something that I did because I like to keep the mobs a little bit more contained. Second, light up the space before you start building. And third, keep a water bucket on you just in case you fall, or just to make it easier to get around just in case. I would actually recommend 2 water buckets. Now here I'm just building up a 30 block high tunnel so the mobs can drop down in. Next, here I am building the actual catching bowl. Here I'm going out by 7 on each side, and then I'm going to be connecting them using diagonals. Here I'm just using 3 blocks to give this shape a little bit more of a roundness and to let the water flow a little bit farther and easier. Next we're gonna use 2 blocks just like how I am here and go completely around the edge. This is important. Next we're gonna use glass on the outermost layer, so it should look just like this. Now here I'm going to create an infinite water source just using some dirt as scaffolding, And that way we can go around and start placing in our waddle. Now I'm just gonna use some more door as scaffolding and go into the center and block it up and start stacking my way up. On each side from the very center we're gonna go out by 7 and then just fill it in. Now this is where it may get a tad bit complicated. We're going to keep ourselves one down one block and we're going to make a small pillow. Next we're going to take our dispenser and have it face down so that the water can go downwards. We're going to use scaffolding a lot during this build. We're going to stack up by 1, place another block for our pillow, and then use a observer face down. Make sure you crouch, and that's the easiest way to do it. Our observer should be facing us. The observer face should be looking at us. And it should be the top of the block, of the platform. Next, you can make this as tall as you want. I'm only going to be making it about 10 platforms high. I don't really need it any more tall, especially since I play on small servers. When we reach the top, we're going to be going 17 blocks out in each direction, and then we're gonna, this will be the last time we really have to do our diagonal type connections. This is a long build. It took me just a little bit under 2 hours to completely finish. Next we're gonna stack up 60 blocks. This is where our AFK platform will be. I like adding a bed and a crafting table. Next we're gonna go out by the 17 blocks and place down some waddles so that it should just barely touch our roof. Here we're going to start our redstone. However, before that we are going to dig down, getting rid of our dirt scaffolding, and place slabs on top of the observers and put our water buckets into our dispensers. For our redstone on top, we're going to place a repeater on top of the observer facing us with 2 sticky pistons right beside it and a redstone block. We'll put dust right behind the pistons with a full block right beside the dust with comparators facing in. Next we'll take 2 hoppers facing into one another with 48 of any type of stackable item in front of it. Next, what you should know is that the repeater needs to be going out of the redstone block. And that's the redstone. And don't forget to light up your platform since this is all spawnable area for mobs. It was just a small time lapse of mobs spawning and falling. I feel like it's super satisfying to watch. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you guys liked it, there's a little like button somewhere around here, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out. Spock out. Bye.